How do you compare like Japan versus US and then versus Europe? Because you've lived everywhere
I kind of did,
in all
yes.
of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where do you feel better? And well, let's just jump into cultural comparisons. Which culture resonates more with you, as a Japanese person?
Quite honestly, I haven't found a place yet.
That
Now,
feels like home.
yeah, it doesn't like. There is a reason I left Japan because it feels like culturally constrained. Simply because of the cultural status, the social hierarchy is such a high integrated into the society. So if you don't follow the rules, for example, and I'm not talking about breaking the laws or anything like
Yeah,
that.
I know.
Please,
I know.
please
What you
don't do
like
that.
taking non-traditional
Yeah,
ways, right? I mean,
exactly.
we've all heard about the 16-hour days work weeks. People just waking up, going to work, and coming home
Yeah,
after.
exactly.
Oh yeah, there are
only
so
getting-
many blogs that people post, and which is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, you just watch how they live. That's, I mean, I think that I would die immediately. I mean,
that is a
after 1
social
month.
problem, actually. There is a word called karoshi.
Yes, exactly.
I might be wrong, but I think the word itself is in Oxford Dictionary.
from
Okay.
Japanese.
From
right?
yeah, it's a Japanese word directly into the Oxford Japanese.
I want to understand why do you think this is the way that society is? Like, what makes people believe that they have to work all the time? I mean, it's like probably the most hardworking country throughout the history.
Yeah, I think so.
So I mean, it makes a lot of sense, and it's we have a lot of appreciation for that. But even nowadays, like people call, what do they call, like blacklist companies or something,
Yeah,
that they
yes,
make
yeah.
people work 16 hours a day. I was just watching these videos, and he's just describing his daily routine, and I'm trying, okay, why don't you just quit and be a homeless? Like, wouldn't that be better than this? Just slaving your life away.
right.
I don't get it, but it seems like a lot of people do that. I mean,
Yeah, of course, I cannot put myself in that
Yeah.
shoes because I
well,
personally.
you obviously figured it out.
Yeah.
and you left.
I left Japan at 18, so I never really had a full-time job in Japan. But, I think in Japanese society, it's better to have a job than not having a job and be, escape from the world.
And what if you don't have a job? Like, do you become homeless, or you're on the social?
No, I mean, of course, you can find a job, and Japan being one of the, I guess, highly regarded country. Plus, the society itself is built in a way that the pension scheme is available, the social health care is available, blah blah blah. Even if you do not have
Transportation,
any,
everything.
transportation, everything is like high level. But I think it comes down to more of like social pressure.
To work,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. So like
Yeah, like you don't get recognition if you don't work.
exactly. So if you
Basically, a status. You don't have a status.
if you don't work, who are you?
Yeah, then what do you do?
Yeah, exactly. So, and that applies to the creative people. I consider myself a highly creative people, and I've tried to multiple different jobs throughout my career and my life. None of them worked out.
But even as a creative in Japan, like, do you think it's a limited market or something? Because I think, can you make it as a creative there, or do you have to necessarily leave the country and try it in US or somewhere else?
Today's society, there are so many ways available because social media is available, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, whatever you name it, YouTube, for example. But I should say, within the creative industry, it doesn't matter whether music, art, or dance, whatever the form of art is. There is so many competition. You know what I mean?
Yeah, including the robots and the AI, right?
Exactly. And nowadays, if you start talking about AI stuff, it's like, how do you beat AI?